All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are opening up the dossier on a devil who's, well, he's not just a villain. He's actually a key player in a much bigger divine plan. So get ready to rethink basically everything you thought you knew about Mephistopheles from Goethe's Faust.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty radical question that totally flips the script on evil. What if the devil wasn't some cosmic rebel, but was actually a crucial part of the whole machinery of the universe? I mean, Goethe's Faust really challenges us to see this darkness not as a bug in the system, but as a feature.
To really get a handle on Mephistopheles, you have to look at his job description. He's not the CEO of hell, not at all. It's more like he's a celestial contractor, hired by God for a very specific and, believe it or not, a very important task.
Mephistopheles actually calls himself the spirit of negation. In plain English, that means he's the cosmic no-man. He's the force that always denies, that always opposes. But here's the twist. His constant pushback isn't a rebellion. It's actually a necessary part of the whole system. You know, he's the grit in the oyster that creates the pearl.
And get this, he's not saying this from some fiery pit in hell. He says this right to God's face, in heaven. This isn't just him complaining. It's like he's giving humanity a performance review, and yeah, he's giving us a failing grade.
So what's God's response? He doesn't blast him with a lightning bolt. He hires him. God basically agrees that humans are, cosmic couch potatoes. We get lazy. So he appoints Mephistopheles to be the goad, the divine personal trainer whose job it is to keep us off the sofa and on the treadmill of progress. He's not just evil, he's necessary evil.
So, how does a guy like this, a celestial contractor, make a deal? You gotta forget everything you've ever seen in the movies. The pact between Mephistopheles and Faust is way less of a legal contract and a lot more like a high-stakes psychological experiment.
This slide just nails the difference. See, traditional devil deals on like a cosmic payday loan. You get a bit of fun up front, but the price is your eternal soul guaranteed. Goethe's version is more like a high-stakes poker game. It's a bet on whether it's even possible for a human being to be truly and completely satisfied.
And here's the fine print, the one single clause in the deal. Mephistopheles only wins if, and only if, he can give Faust a moment of such pure, perfect bliss that Faust himself wants to hit the pause button on life. It's not just a bet for Faust's soul, it's a test of whether the striving human spirit can ever really find rest.
Okay, so how does the ultimate cosmic party pooper plan to throw the party of a lifetime? Well, his plan is to launch a full-scale assault on Faust's senses. It's a masterclass in seduction, and it's designed to exploit every single one of his weaknesses.
The game plan is pretty simple. Step 1. Get Faust out of his head and away from his books. Step 2. Plunge him into the real world, a world of intense, physical, visceral experience. And Step 3. The goal is to get him so bogged down in earthly desire that he just stops. He stops striving. That's the spiritual stagnation Mephistopheles needs to win.
And you better believe Mephistopheles comes prepared. He's got a whole bag of tricks to make this happen. We're talking magic, alchemy, even a youth potion to reignite Faust's desires. He basically becomes Faust's demonic wingman, his personal tour guide to the wild side of life, all on a mission to find that one perfect, damning moment.
So how does all this actually play out in the story? Well, Mephistopheles is an absolute master manipulator, a puppeteer of the physical world. But as we're about to see, there's some strings he just can't pull.
This table really shows us the limits of his power. In Part 1, in the personal world, he can facilitate the absolute tragedy of Gretchen. He destroys her earthly life, but he's totally powerless to stop her soul's redemption. Then in Part 2, he's playing on a much bigger stage, politics, history. He's fixing economies, bringing Helen of Troy back from the dead. But he's always just the mechanic. He's the stagehand, never the star. He can control the world, but he can't control the human spirit.
And now we're at the grand finale, the ultimate irony. The master manipulator gets manipulated. You see, the devil, for all his clever tricks, is about to get played. Spoiler alert. Mephistopheles loses. He fails. Despite all the magic, all the pleasure, all the power he throws at Faust, the man never says those magic words. The devil's bet goes bust. And it's all because of one single fatal miscalculation.
Mephistopheles loses because he bet on the wrong thing entirely. He thought he could satisfy Faust with pleasure, with comfort, but he was dead wrong.
Faust discovers that true happiness for him isn't about reaching the finish line, it's about the race itself. His ultimate joy comes from the struggle, from the effort, from the endless pursuit of what's next. And this is the final brilliant twist. The very force that was sent to corrupt Faust ends up being the thing that saves him. By constantly tempting him, challenging him, pushing him to his limits, Mephistopheles becomes the unlikely architect of Faust's salvation. He's the personal trainer from hell, and you know what? His workout plan was a roaring success.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Mephistopheles is the ultimate paradox. He is a force of evil that unintentionally, against his own will, creates good. He's the wrench in the works that somehow makes the whole machine run better. He's the bad guy who helps the hero win.
So we're left with the question that should honestly keep you up at night. If evil, this force of negation, is a necessary ingredient for good to triumph, if darkness is actually required for light to shine, then what does that really say about our neat and tidy definitions of right and wrong? Goethe's Faust doesn't just tell a story, it kind of blows up our entire moral compass and just leaves us to pick up the pieces.